Alright guys, I'm Toshka here, thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I want to talk about the infamous Potara team. So I've prepared for you 3 teams that I think are an optimal, the best way to play the Potara team. So let's jump straight into it. Team number 1. Team number 1, the Super. So we'll be talking about the good guys now. So the good guys have some of the best Potara units in the game. And I'm gonna start by saying that whichever team you're playing, you need to have a good guy as a leader. At the moment, there's no villain Potara leader, so you either need LR Vegito intelligence or physical Kefla. You can't go around it. So for the good guys, the first one I want to mention is Super Vegito physical. This guy is the leader of the Arc Majin Buu category, but we're not going to use that leader skill today. He's a great unit. It reduces incoming damage from normal attacks, he counters with tremendous power, and he supers very easily. In this team, he links up very well. The second unit I want to talk about is LR Vegito Blue, the STR version. This one is a free-to-play card, and it's great. The more you super with it, the more attack and defense you will get. The better the card it will become. I like him better than the infamous Super Vegito Blue tech because he links so much better, he's self-sufficient, you won't ever have any trouble supering with that guy. The third one I want to mention is the Vegito Tech. So this time is the non-Super Saiyan, just the regular Vegito Tech. This one is one of the best support in the game. It's a support unit, but it's got decent enough defense, good stats. It's really one of the only cases where I would like to run a support in the team. Then the last good guy I want to mention for this super team is Kefla. Whether you run her as a leader or not, you need to have Kefla in your team, in your Potara team. She is great, she does everything. She's nuking, she's tanking, she's dodging, she will heal you, she is just great. She will change keys. She is really the one unit you cannot go without in the Potara team. And now for the last spot, you unfortunately have to choose one of the bad guys. At least that's my opinion. I don't think there's such a strong alternative for good guys for the last spot. So you either are lucky and you have Goku Black and Zamasu, the LR, which is a tech which is absolutely great. It tanks, it heals, it does good amount of damage. It's a very well-rounded card. Or you have the STR Rose, which is nothing to shy at. It's really good. It's good support, especially for extreme types. But even without the support, is a very good unit. It hits hard, it's tanky, it links very well with the rest of the team. As far as rotation is concerned, I would advise you guys, if you're running LR Vegito as a leader, you put LR Vegito with you put LR Vegito, LR Super Vegito with LR Vegito Blue, so 2 LRs in rotation. And then the other rotation is LR Super Vegito, so the intelligence, and Super Vegito physical. And the floaters are Kefla, Vegito Tech, and Rose or Zama Black. If you're running double Kefla leader, I would advise you guys to keep Rose in rotation, or the Goku Black LR, or maybe Vegito Tech with Vegito Tech. No, just float that guy out. And on to the bad guys now. So the bad guys are probably my favorite Potara team. Not because they won't dish out most of the damage. They won't be nearly as tanky as the Super Counterpart, even though that's debatable. But it's just so easy to link those guys. Pretty much it's gonna be Zamasu. It's Goku Black or Zamasu or Rose. Well, it's the same guy, but anyway, one of those 3. And merge Zamasu. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about this one. So it's only Zamasu. So leader, again, you need to use LR Vegito Intelligence or Kefla. No choice here. Then you need to run Rose, Super Saiyan Rose STR. If you don't have the STR version, you can run the agility version just fine, but of course the STR one is much better. Then you have LR Goku Black Zamasu. If you don't have Goku Black and Zamasu, you can just run a super unit, or you run any other Zamasu you can find. Then on all the Zamasu there are, like there's STR, the intelligence, the agility, and whichever I don't remember because there's so many. The int is the best one. Is the most recent one, and it's just great. It reduces damage from incoming attacks, including super attacks. It gets an attack and defense buff. It will heal you every time it supers. This card is extremely good. Then you got the OG Goku Black Physical, which is kind of a meme. It was featured in so many banners, but still, anyway, it is a great unit still to this day, especially if you play on global. If you play on global, it's both a damage dealer and a support. If you play on JP, it's still a decent damage dealer, even if it doesn't support at all. And the last unit for this team I will recommend is Merge Zamasu, the tech version. We might have a new Merge Zamasu in the future, but for now, this guy hits like a truck. He links incredibly well with the rest of the team, obviously, and yeah, he is just overlooked usually in Potara teams because he has a disadvantage of lowering enemy like his allies super type attack, but since you're only running bad guys except the leaders, then you won't care about that. So as far as rotations are concerned, for this bad guy Potara team, I'd go for what did I write here? Hey, that's complete bullshit. Anyway, so I would go for Rose, STR or AGL, whichever you have, plus the LR Goku Black and Zamasu. This rotation is going to be incredibly tanky, very hard to die on it. The second rotation I would run would be Merge Zamasu and Goku Black. And then you float both leaders and in Zamasu. You can, depending on what enemies you have, you can break your rotations very easily. With the Zamasu, it's just a joy to play. You can break anything you want. You can, if you have 5 attacks on the first slot, you bring Zamasu intelligence back in the rotation, and it's not going to hurt your team. It's not going to hurt anything because all of your cards will link greatly, and you have a lot of flexibility. You have strength, intelligence, tech, physical. You have all the colors of the rainbow and, well, all the colors of the game, so you can easily adapt to any opponent, especially in those Dokkan events when you have different phases and the jump from one element to another, like for example Omega Shenron, you got AGL phase, you got STR phase, you got physical. So with that team, you're stacked. You can handle anything that's been thrown at you. Last thing I want to mention is kind of not a meme, but like it's the poor man's Potara team. For those who are not lucky enough to have either Kefla or LR Super Vegito. So you need to run it as a super team. You can't have, well, you can, but it's so suboptimal I wouldn't recommend it. So you need to have super units. You cannot do it with the extreme. So your leader is going to be Vegito Blue Tech, who's wearing Potara, AGL Super Vegito, for physical Kefla, for strength type the TUR LR Vegito, or the free-to-play Vegito that you drop from the event. From intelligence, you can use your friend LR Vegito. That's what I would advise you to do. It counts, it works. You're still gonna get the boost from the little skill from Vegito Blue Tech. And then for the last 2 spots, you put just 2 int units, super int units that you like. You can have LR Gohan here. You can have SSG3 Bardock. You can have, but my suggestion would be Goku UI and Super Gogeta. So the reason why you need to have each and every one of the elements is because Vegito Blue Tech, your leader for this, needs to have every super type for his passive to activate. So that's why we need one of each, well, so-called color to activate his passive. So as far as rotation are concerned, I would take Vegito Blue Tech, plus Kefla. I'll keep Kefla in rotation because Vegeta Blue Tech is one of those, well, nuts. I don't like him because you need too much ki to get into super. I can never reliably super with him. So if you keep him in rotation with Kefla, it will do the trick. That will really help, and you can make sure you have those super attacks coming out every turn. Then you got second rotation, LR Vegito plus Super Vegito. This one is a no-brainer. They link so well together. This is like I counter everything that comes rotation. And then for the last rotation, for the floater, sorry, put whichever int unit you're bringing. Here I put Goku UI and Super Vegeta, and TUR LR Vegito. TUR LR Vegito, because it's just a TUR, it's not the LR version. He's probably going to be one of the weaklings around here, so try to hide him in rotation. But again, you have just like for the villains team, you have every element, you got every color, you can quite easily adjust and change your rotation. It's not going to break your tanking, or it's not going to be a hindrance to your DPS. So that's it for the meme Potara team.